Our top story this hour. New figures published by the United Nations show that over 400 people drowned in early 2023 trying to reach Europe by sea. It is the highest death toll in the Mediterranean since 2017. The Italian government says more action is needed urgently to prevent migrant crossings, declaring a state of emergency today. Well, this afternoon, some 700 people were brought to safety at the Sicilian port of Catania. To discuss the story, I'm very pleased now to be joined by Felix Weiss. He's a spokesperson for Sea-Watch, a German organisation that runs rescue ships on the Mediterranean. He joins us now from the Italian island of Lampedusa, where many of those boats arrive. Thanks for joining us on the programme, sir. Good to have you.
Hi.
About 2,000 people have been rescued since last Friday alone. Many of them have arrived at Lampedusa. Just tell us what the situation's like there right now.
So the current situation here in Lampedusa is quite chaotic, and what we have also seen in the last couple of days is quite uncommon, especially the bigger boats carrying up to 400, 500 persons who departed from Tobruk and Benghazi, so from the east from Libya, are not that usual. Normally, the most common departure points are either from Tripoli or Zawiya, but we have seen, of course, also then a rise from departures from Tunisia, where people are forced to travel with really sea-unworthy iron boats to the island of Lampedusa. So the situation here has not really changed in the last couple of weeks or last couple of months, but the big boats coming from the east of Libya are something that we haven't seen since quite a while.
Well, the Italian government thinks enough has changed to today declare a state of emergency in Italy. That will free up some €5 million in funds. What's your reaction to that declaration?
So this will absolutely has no change in the situation that we're going to face in the current in the Central Mediterranean Sea. What we would need is a state-financed rescue program, and also the Italian government has released a decree which is saying that sea rescue NGO vessels like our ones, the Sea-Watch 3 and Sea-Watch 5, are forced to leave the area of operation after having one rescue. And then we're also getting super far north port of disembarkations assigned. So the reason why so many persons are drowning at the moment is clear. The fact that Italy has kicked out all the rescue ships and currently there's no one who could rescue the persons.
Can you tell us then to what extent you're able to operate sort of without the authority of the Italian government? If you at Sea-Watch know there is a ship in distress, there are people there whose lives are at risk, can you go and get them, or do you need the Italian government's okay if that boat is in Italian waters?
So the main problem what we have right now is that we only are allowed to fly with our two reconnaissance aircrafts, Seabird 1 and Seabird 2. But our two ships are not allowed to go to the search and rescue area at the moment. So what we try is definitely also to cooperate and to co-work with the Italian state, and especially also the maritime rescue centers, which are based in Malta and Italy. But they are denying any responsibility. So when we, for example, see the boat that we have found on Sunday with 400 persons on board, we urge the Rescue Coordination Center in Malta to send a ship, but they just ordered a merchant vessel to hand out fuel so they can make their way by their own to Italy. So currently, it's like a one-way for us. We can fly, we can find these boats, but we are not allowed to cooperate with state authorities because they're denying any responsibility. They don't pick up the phone, they don't answer on our emails. So the only thing that we can do right now is the documentation of these violations against human rights.
And Giorgia Meloni's government in Italy's been in office now for about 6 months. She campaigned very clearly saying she did want to crack down on migrants and asylum seekers reaching Italian shores. Based on the work that you're doing, is it clear to you that the situation for migrants and refugees has got worse in the time that she's been in office, or has there not been much change at all?
Yes, absolutely, because it's super simple. For sea rescue, you need ships. And currently there's no state rescue program in place. So therefore, all the burden has been shifted to NGO vessels since the past. And one of the first things that Giorgia Meloni and her government did was basically the criminalisation of sea rescue NGOs and kicking out all the rescue vessels in the vicinity. And therefore, so many boats are capsizing at the moment without any help. And this is definitely worsening the situation. And this is also why so many persons have drowned since Giorgia Meloni is in place.
Felix Weiss talking to us there from Sea-Watch. Thank you very much indeed, sir, for your time today.
Thanks.